Hi, welcome to Yoga Stretch Fusion. I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Today, standing only. So we're not going to get up and down. We're going to be off the floor and staying off the floor. Please make sure to exercise within your ability. And if you experience any difficulty, make sure to stop, seek a physician right away. All right, let's get started. Find a space, get a chair if you need one, and then meet me back here. Welcome back to Yoga Stretch Fusion, standing only today. Go ahead and start in the middle of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to start with some balance. Today we are going to do a lot of core and balance. So go grab that chair if you need to. Just pause it and go grab that chair and then come back. We're going to start with feet hip width apart, toes are spread, heels straight back. You're going to shift your weight forward and back. Your feet are not actually coming off the floor, so toes or heels do not come off the floor, but you're just kind of rocking forward and back. And I want you to make that rocking motion smaller and smaller as you go through until you find that center between the front and back part of your feet. Nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Find that center, slowly making that shift smaller and smaller. Okay, now we're going to do that same thing but inside and outside of the feet. Again, we're not lifting the foot off the floor, we're just shifting the weight to the outside and inside of the feet. And then make that shift smaller and smaller. There you go. Until you find that center. Should have a nice strong base here. Bring that center and base up through the ankles, through the knees, hips, spine, to the top of your head. Palms open up as we go into mountain pose, eyes gently closed. Shoulders towards your back pockets as they're relaxed. Ears lined up with your shoulders. Shoulders lined up with your hips. Hips lined up with your knees. Knees lined up with your ankles. Inhale. Exhale. Leave all your stress, all your worries at the door. Focus on your mind, your third eye. Bring your hands together to Namaste as you bring your focus back to your body, keeping that center. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly open your eyes. And inhale, reach for the sky. Lifting as high as you can. Exhale, push away. Come back around. Inhale. Exhale, push away. This time turn your palms back up, reaching up and together. Turn and push away. Back around. Sway side to side. Keeping your center still, so your feet are still centered. Bring that up to the hips, to the top. Swan dive down, exhale, hinge from your hips. Bend your knees if you need to protect your back. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lift into the sky. Again, swan dive down, hinge from the hips. Bend knees if you need to. Inhale, up. Good, exhale, adding on. Monkey pose, inhale, your back is flat as a table on the turn so you can see. Hands on your shins if you'd like. Neck is long. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lifting with your back. Swan dive down. Monkey pose, inhale, back is flat, chest extended. Exhale all the way down.
Inhale, reverse.
I'm going to add on swan dive down.
Monkey pose. Inhale, back is flat, neck is long.
Sitting into chair pose. So bending your knees. Now your chest is facing me. Hips are back. Knees are straight forward. Inhale up. All over again. Swan dive down.
Monkey pose. Inhale, back is flat.
Chair pose. Sitting down. Knees are forward. Hips are back. Inhale up. One more time. Swan dive down.
Monkey pose. Inhale, back is flat.
And chair pose, sitting down. Okay. Twisted chair, twisting to the right, left elbow to the right knee, chest is open, center, and switch sides. So we're only holding for just a breath. Turn to the left, right elbow on the outside of the left knee, center. One more time each. Right side, left elbow to the outside of your right knee, and center. Last time, open the chest to the left, left elbow straight up, center. Inhale all the way up, and release. At this point, you're going to bend the knees soft. You're going to round out your back. Bring your arms up and around like you're holding a big ball. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see. And then you're going to open up. So your back is like the cow stretch. Arch the back, open the chest, arms out wide. Chest is lifted, chin is lifted. And then we're going to switch it back out. So arch the back, bend the knees, tailbone under, arms up and around. So like a cat pose with the arms around in a big ball. And then open up like the cow stretch, the arms are open. Again. Cat with the big ball. Open cow. Open the chest. There you go. Let's do one more time each. Round it out. And open. And release. Good job. Shake out. Feet are out wide. Toes are forward to start with. You're going to lunge side to side. I want you to make sure that your hips are back, knees stay behind the toes, pressing the inner thigh towards the floor as you straighten. So we're going to go a series of lunges. We'll start with just this kind of warming up. Center. Right toes turned out just a little bit, not all the way. You're going to lunge to the right, pressing the inner thigh floor. Good. Coming up. Switch sides. Lunge. Pressing to inner thigh. Coming up. Toes are forward. Windmill. Reach for the sky. Lifting up and over to the right first. Legs stay straight. Drop all the way down. Then over to the other side. And then we'll switch directions so we don't get dizzy. Reaching as far as you can, dropping down. Good. We're going to change it up into a Tai Chi movement. You're going to turn the toes. You're going to bend the knees, shift the weight to the right. Center, both knees are bent. And then switch to the left. And center, all the way up. And switch sides. Good, so you're shifting the body weight as you turn into that big circle. Nice and easy with the arms. Let's do last time. And release. Okay, right toes out, left toes forward, lunging. So now we're getting further into that extended angle pose. Chest stays open towards me. We just continue to lunge through that right leg, push through the heel, lunge, push through that heel. We're just going to be adding on with each one. Okay, go ahead and reach up and over, and then pull down nice and strong. Lunge as you reach up and over, stretch, and pull. So we're getting into balance and core work at the same time. Good. This time hold, staying open with the chest. So the shoulder should be up and back. Right knee is bent. Hips are open. If you'd like, you can keep your hand on your thigh. This is where you're going to engage that core a little bit more. So pull your abdominals in and up towards your ribcage, and then extend the bottom arm out. Good. Palms facing each other. Bringing those hands closer to each other. I want you to imagine they're magnets that are resisting each other. So there is force in between those magnets, your hands. Activating the core. Challenging your balance. Let's do one more. Open, crunch. All the way in. Squeeze. Open, crunch. Let's do two more. All the way in. Check that knee. Squeeze. Up and open. Crunch. Last one. And crunch. Good. Shake it out. Give those legs a little rest. We do that all on the other side. So feet out wide again. Turn your toes. So left toes to the left, right toes straight forward. Start with just that lunge, bending through the left knee, push through that heel. So we start to work that left leg. Hips and chest are faced towards me. Do a few more of just the lunge. Again, we're going to be adding on after we do so many of each. Don't count them because I don't count. If you really want to keep it even, go ahead and do it for yourself. Okay, add that right arm, lunge, reaching up and over, stretch. Keep that knee and toes lined up and crunch. Reach, stretch, and crunch. Good. Keep yourself open. Lunge to that right leg, or left leg. Right leg stays straight. I'll get my right and left straightened out today, huh? They say instructors don't know their right from their left because we're always mirroring you guys. Okay, let's add on, hold. Before we add the arm, I'm going to engage your core. So pull your abdominal in and up towards your rib cage, and then bottom arm is extending. And then you have those magnets resisting against each other as you bring those hands closer, and they fight against each other. Good. Keep it up. Let's do two more times. Keep your breathing going. Engage the core. Okay, you're going to open, crunch, lunge, go into the full pose, resist, open, crunch, full pose, reach, lunge, resist, open. Let's do that two more times. One more time. Engage the core, balance. Crunch, last one. And release. Good job. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to go into dancer's pose. This does require quite a bit of balance, so get that chair and have it close by, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to plant your left foot into the floor. Your right leg is going to come. We're going to go into different phases with this. So I'm going to put my left arm out, and then I'm going to grab a hold of my right foot. So this might be where you're at, and that's okay. You may even be where you just have your right leg up. See how well I do on this side without the chair. So we're going to go into each one, grab a hold of your foot. Now, next stage is to extend the right leg and go as far as you can. Let's see how far I can go. I haven't done this one for a while. Chest is lifted. Woo. If you lose balance like I just did, just start back over. If you're there, more power to you. Hold there. for a couple more breaths. And try one more time. Good. And release. Shake it out. Remember that chair or a wall. Go over to the side and use that wall if you need to. I want you to do the pose correct too, without feeling like you're going to fall. Plant your right foot down. Left leg comes up. Another trick is to find a focal point. Put your tongue in the roof of your mouth. Opposite arm out. Grab a hold of your foot. If you already know how to do this pose, go ahead and go right into it. When you're ready, extend all the way out. This requires a lot of balance. Engage the core still. So don't want to forget that. Pushing the heel away from you. Chest is lifted. There you go. Release whenever you're ready. Good. Shake it out. There you go. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to go into a forward bend, so you're just going to let your arms hang down, tuck your chin, and just let those shoulders go as you curl down. We're just going to give our back, shoulders, and hips a little break here. This is my favorite stretch. This is a great thing to do throughout the day. Make sure you have your center with your feet so your toes are forward. And just let your arms hang. Chin is tucked to your chest so you feel it through the back of the neck. At this point, just let your hips sway side to side. Think about like how a dog kind of wags its tail and the hips go side to side, like a little puppy. Think about just kind of wagging your tail. Feel that through the hips, hamstrings, heels pressed into the floor, tailbone to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Center, curling yourself up. We're going to go back into that cat-cow with the arm movement. So tuck the tailbone to that cat as your arms come up and around like that big beach ball. And then you're going to lift up and open. Cow stretch, chest and chin is lifted up now. And down, around again. And open. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see. Round it out. And then open. Let's do one more time each. And open. And release. Good. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to go into airplane. So planting your left foot into the floor. Toes are spread. Right foot goes behind. And your big toe is on the floor. Chair if you need it. What I want you to do is all your weight is in the front leg. If you take your foot up off the floor, nothing should happen because all your weight is shifted right into the front versus back here. If you know the chair or the airplane, go ahead, go right into it. So you have two options of the arms, out or up, whatever works for you. Pull your abdominals in towards your rib cage. Start to hinge from your hips. Arms move with your body, so everything's going to eventually be parallel with the floor. And then if you want, you can take your back foot off the floor. And if you can, bring your leg up to the point where it is also parallel with the floor. Find a focal point, keep your abdominals engaged. Inhale. Exhale. If you come out of it, you lose your balance, that's okay. Go right back into it. You're going to hold for just a little bit longer. Really engage the core. Balance reflexes challenged. Whoop. Don't fall. Let's do one more breath. And release. Good job. Shake it out. We're going to switch sides. Plant your right foot to the floor, spread those toes. Left foot comes behind you. Again, all your weight is to the front, so if you took your foot up off the floor, nothing should happen. Arms out or in front. I'm going to go to the side since I did forward with the other one. And then hinge from the hips. Keep your engaged core. Pull your abdominals in up towards your rib cage. And then you can activate, or you can lift your back leg with it. Hinging your hips until you are parallel with the floor. So your chest, arms, and if you have your leg off the floor, try to lift your foot up until your leg is parallel with the floor also. Holding the pose, challenging your balance reflexes, keeping your abdominals engaged. So we're still working our core with this too. One more breath and release. Shake it out. Inhale, reach for the sky. Palms together. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I want you to lift the rib cage up to the sky. And then I want you to push those arms back as you open up to the sky. I want you to feel that stretch right through here. We worked our core, our abdominals, and our back really well. So you want to make sure you stretch those muscles out. Now you're going to reach up and over to the right. Feel that through the obliques, down the rib cage. Coming up, we're going to go over to the other side. Lift your rib cage up and over. Keep your hips center. There you go. To the top. And release. Forward bend, tuck your chin, and just curl down. Make sure your feet, toes are forward, and just hang down. Feel that through your back. Chin is tucked, arms hanging down. See how far you can go down. Feel that through the back, so your spine, your hips, hamstrings. Curl yourself up. And release. Let's do some footwork. We do a lot of things on one foot at a time, so we want to make sure that we work your feet out. So we're going to alternate heels coming up, pushing forward. So just kind of imagine you're on like a little push pedal thing, alternating. I always think of like those ones that are supposed to be kind of like a little elliptical that you could just do right in front of your TV. It's just the pedal part. There you go. Now both heels up and down. Feel that through the toes, through the feet, through the ankles, and even the calves too. Okay, we're going to spring up. Spring up. Nice and quick. Chair there if you need it. When you use that chair, I do want you to keep in mind that it's not there to hold on for dear life. It's there just for that little extra balance so you can focus on the exercise without compromising safety. And down. Okay, keep your toes spread. We're going to do that plie, but the knees are forward. Heels stay on the floor. Chest is lifted. Coming straight up. And normally when you think of plie, your toes are turned out, but we're going to do this forward first. But if you notice my toes and knees are lined up in this position, my heels staying on the floor and the knees. We'll get to a traditional in a second. And release. Toes and knees turned out. Alternating, pushing away. Feel that through the bottom of the feet, through the toes. Keeping the toes and knees lined up with each other. Yeah. Center, releve, up and down. Work through the feet. We have muscles in those toes and our feet. We don't want to forget them. Everything starts from the base when we are walking and moving. So we want to make sure that those muscles are strong too. spring up, quick. Feel that start to burn, good burn. And down, plie. Heels stay down, push through, chest is lifted, tailbone under. And up and down, plie, and up. Good. So this is first position. If you're not sure what position you are in, you hear me say first position, this is what this is. There you go. Add on, plie, roll up, so you're rolling through the ankles to the top, standing tall, and then lower down, plie, roll through, so feel it through the feet, and strong, coming up, down, one more time, straight up, strong, down, okay, right toes under, circle it out, feel it through the top of the feet. If you get a cramp really easily, which is common if this is kind of your first time or you haven't been doing this very often, just pick the foot up, let it kind of shake it out, and then go right back into it. And the more and more you do these things, the less that should happen, unless maybe your diet, your water intake needs to be increased. Go ahead and circle the other way, same foot. Feel that to the top of the foot and the toes. There you go. Go ahead and push out, pushing outside. Drop the heel, feel that really deep into the toes. Push the heel out, feel that in the top of the foot. Push the heel down, feel that in the toes. One more time. Push the heel, heel down, and switch. Toes under, circle it out. There you go. Really want to work those muscles out through the toes and the feet. These were challenged because we did a lot of things that were unilateral. We were on one foot, and that does challenge the weight on each foot. So we want to work them out. Okay, go ahead and push. And oh, we didn't switch directions. Switch directions first. Switch directions. If you get busy talking, forget. Okay, now push out. So you feel that at the top of the foot. Push the heel down, feel that into the toes. Push the heel out, heel down, out, and heel down. One more time. Heel down, shake it out. Good. Okay, mountain pose, feet are hip width apart. I want you to think about finding that center, but just a little bit quicker than we did at the beginning of the class, between the front and back. Inside and outside the feet. Open up, eyes gently closed. Ears lined up with the shoulders. Shoulders lined up with the hips. Hips lined up with the knees. Knees lined up with the ankles. Deep breath in. And just let your body melt away, letting everything go. Inhale. You worked really hard. You deserve this time for yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly open your eyes. Deep breath in, reach for the sky. Stretch as high as you can. Exhale. Push away. Do two more times. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining my class. I hope you liked it. If you do and you want notifications for my next classes, just click on that little picture of me and you'll get them for free. Thank you for coming. Come back soon.